Start streaming. Okay, so any second now. Excellent condition. There we go. You're now seeing what I'm seeing, which is this game I thought was interesting. If you get, it's free by the way. This game's called World of Guns Gun Disassembly, and it's free. You get the AK-47 as the base model, and you can unlock other models with experience points in the game. So the more you play it, the more experience points you gain. But I decided, as I enjoyed it, I spent money to unlock other guns. So one of the ones they've done recently is this Ruger mini14, which, if I think it's right, it's a semi-automatic rifle. They've got more. It'll open a Wikipedia page about it, but I don't want to do this. So let's just go into field strip. So this would be the steps you would go to field strip this rifle. So the first thing you do is you take the magazine out, you cock it to, make sure there's no bullets inside, because you don't want it going off in your hands when you're doing all this sort of stuff. So as you can see there, it's flashing, giving me a sort of an outline of what the bits inside are. So that's the trigger housing. And then you take off, okay. Yeah, so you take that entire barrel comes... Do they call that an upper receiver and a lower receiver? Like this housing would be the lower and this is the upper. But anyway, take off the shroud. Oh yeah, an AK-47 has a shroud like that. And its spring is down there. So how is that? Is that based on recoil then? Because I'm familiar with the AK-47 where you got the barrel and then there's this bit which blows gas back, and that's the bit which can make it automatic. Anyway, take off this bit, which is whatever that was, and that's the bolt. And take off whatever these parts are. Oh, they've got bolt, lock, plunger. Okay, so there is actually names to what this is. This will be a short video, I say, because I've just set my timer. I've got some chicken steaks in the oven, some mashed potato, and that'll take 25 minutes. So what about putting it back together again? Right, so don't want to put the handguard back in just yet. I think we'll do the plunger because that came out pretty late. And bolt, ejector and bolt lock, yeah, we'll put those in. Right, that bit's in there. This plate goes on that there. The bolt goes inside. Now, what about these bits? I mean, the springs and stuff, they're important. It's a guide rod, it's a slide. Let's put a slide in. Oh, I see. When you pull on the slide, it pulls the bolt back. Okie dokie. And there's a guide rod which goes in there. I suppose that makes the slide spring forwards. I don't know. I've never operated one of these, so I'm just guessing how it works. Right, so that's all of those bits done. So I guess it's just put that into the lower. And then put the trigger housing back in there. And then do that bit there. There we go. Now it's reassembled. Okie dokie. So, oh look, I get some XP because it's the first time I've done that. Let's do a disassemble. Loading geometry. Be patient, may take some time. Rightio. So first bit is remove the magazine. I want to remove the magazine. Now a magazine inside should have springs and a plate and bullets. But there's no bullets in this. Right, so now that's done, let's remove the trigger housing. Now there's loads of bits inside this trigger housing, so let's click on some stuff there. Magazine latch assembly, yep, okay. Oh, tiny little spring like that. I've seen toys of springs like that. Trigger pivot pin, yeah. Does this come out yet? It does. There looks like some springs on there. Trigger spring, yep, take that out. Secondary sear assembly. I wonder where all these terms like sear and trigger and hammer strut came from. And well, I can understand a hammer because it's like that's the bit which strikes stuff. It's with a hammer action. But where does the word trigger come from? Don't know. Hammer strut. What's this? This is a puzzle game called World of Guns Disassembly. And I didn't want to put that in the title because I know YouTube takes a dim view to mentioning the G word. It is essentially a 3D puzzle game, and I'm working on the Ruger mini14, taking apart the trigger housing, and I believe that's all the separate parts of the trigger housing done. So if you see that exploded view, that's quite a lot of bits just for a trigger. And I've also taken apart the magazine down here. Right, that's done. So let's take apart the upper, or the receiver. Oh yeah, because it receives bullets, that makes sense. Now what can I do with this lower bit? There's a 4-end liner. There's some stock reinforcement screws assembly. Alright, remove those bits. Take the stock reinforcement out. Slide that forwards. Okay, that's done. No, there's not. Because like the AK-47, the gun I'm familiar with, there's a butt, and this one doesn't have an accessories case in it, but it does have a metal cap in the end. Right, so that bit's done. Now, is there anything left there? No, so it's just a case of working on the receiver. Right, so I'll take the guide rod out. I remember that from the field strip. Okay, that bit's done. Take the handguard off. Right. Is there anything inside the handguard? That looked like a separate bit of metal, but it's not. Remove the slide. Okay. So there's the slide. No, nothing else in the slide. So next, can I remove the barrel? No, not yet. So let's take the bolt out. And there should be a firing pin inside a bolt, right? There's an extractor assembly. Okay. And then there's that. Hockey dokie. Right, so that's all done. Move this bit. That's a rear sight assembly. Okay. And, oh yeah, there's these plates as well. So let's get rid of the plate and the bit inside the plate. Doesn't matter what their names are. Bolt lock plunger. Right here. Now, is there something down here? Yeah, unscrew the buffer bushing assembly. Right, so now can this be unscrewed? Yes, it can. So that's that bit unscrewed. Gas block. Oh, so it is a gas block. Gas block bottom. Bit in the forward. So where does the gas come from? Because that... Oh, I see. Yeah, there's a little screw bit there where it could come out of. Rightio. Anyway, what else have we got here? So it is gas operated. Right. And just got this bit here. Rightio. And there it is, a fully disassembled Ruger mini14. And, right, so now that's done, let's go into assembly. Because, of course, it's no good just putting it into different parts. You've got to put it back together again. So, put the gas block on it. No, the gas block screws, the gas block bottom. You need to put the gas piston assembly into it. Goes on. Screw it in. Right. Put the bit at the front of the barrel. The front sight assembly. Okay. So that's that bit done. I'm getting a bit lost here. Focus. Extractor assemblies, bolts. Nope. We need the bushing to go in. That's it. Right, bushing goes in. That goes in. That goes in there, but I'm not ready to do the bolts yet because I've got to put these plates back on. But I can't put the plates back on because it wants me to put the rear sight on first. Okay, so rear sight goes on, like so. Bolt lock plunger goes in. Now can I put the plate in? Yes, I can put the plate in. And that's all it is. So let's reassemble this bolt. These little bits got to go inside. There, like so. Put that in there, like so. Now, guide rod goes in. Nope, slide goes in first. Then the guide rod. Now I can do these bolt plate things which go on that side. Right, that's that. Ah, no, it's not done. Handguard goes on. That looks pretty much done for the receiver. So let's go on the wooden stock lower part. Harumph! Excuse me. I've got a real frog in my throat. Grenouille. Ribbit. Okay, so I can put the receiver into the lower bit. But that's not going to work without this trigger housing, which I don't know how to reassemble. Alright, so secondary sear assembly goes into the trigger. Okay. Oh yeah, trigger spring would go good on the trigger. Can I put it into its housing? No, not yet. So what about this bit? The safety. Okay, put safety first. Hammer. No, not time for the hammer yet. It's not hammer time. Safety spring retaining pin assembly. Oh yeah. Okay, so I think I've got to do everything with the assembly first. Magazine latch assembly. Well, that's one of the first things I took off. What about that pin? No. That? No. The trigger goes inside now. So I've put the trigger in. Can I put the hammer in? Yep. There's the hammer. What about this bit? Hammer strut. And, okay. Now I can put these retaining dowels in. I can put in the trigger pivot pin. Well, I've put the hammer in, so surely that goes in. No. A trigger guard. Right, the trigger guard goes in. Now I can put that dowel or that pin. Okay, so I think that's a reassembled trigger housing. Let's put that back in place. Yes, it is. Alright, now reassemble the magazine. And put the magazine back on. And there we go. There's all 66 parts of the Ruger mini14 reassembled. So let's pass then an AK-47. So now I get to do operation. Harumph, harumph, clears throat, harumph. So, task complete. Single fire. Okay. Click on the trigger. Oh, gasp. How terrible. It was loud like a bomb. Gave me a temporary form of PTSD. So I've unloaded it. No, that's reload. Ah. Slide the... That's unloading. And let's fire. Ratio. So I didn't have to cock the slide each time, so it's semi-automatic. So now it's fired until empty. I've done the reload. So click on it again. There we go. New bolt in. Let's have a look at X-ray. So if it's X-ray, fire. Is there a button for fire here? No, there's not. X-ray 1, X-ray 2, X-ray 3, and that shows active parts. Oh, I know what I have to do. So I go back to X-ray, right? So there's 5 bullets in that. So do I see a slide? There's a slide. So the slide pushes the bullet into the barrel. Now I can fire it. That's too fast to see what's going on. So let's slow it down 50 times. Right, so trigger's depressed, hammer strikes, bullet goes forward, and then all of that's going back because of the gas, and that's ejected that bullet, and another one's been loaded in automatically. That's why it's semi-automatic. So let's see that 10x. Fire again. Boom. Slides back, pushes forward, done. Right. So now, I want to take X-rays off. Take slow off. Safety. Well, it's something to do with the trigger, so I'm going to assume it's that. Nope, that just ejected the magazine. Let's turn the slow off. And I've still got a bullet in there, so I don't have to slide it, right? Yeah, that's right. New magazine in, or clippers in. Okay. Eject, load, and you see you have to slide it forward for the bullet to go in, like that. Where is the safety on this? That's the magazine. Ah, is that it? Okay, that's the safety. So now toggle cutaway. There we go, and that's it. I have now assembled, disassembled, reassembled, and operated a Ruger mini14. And that's it really. I could go back. Is there how do we go back in this? Does that button do it? No, that button doesn't do it. Ah, back. There's the back button. Back escape. Right. Back. Ah, here we go. So this is the list of all of the tools in the game. The tools mostly are guns. So there's your AK-47. If you unlock that, you can go to the Colt 911, 1911. You can go to premium models. So what we've got in premium models? Well, we got things like motorbikes, such as a Ducati. There's some cars, a Lotus 7, an AC Cobra, a DeLorean. There's the HMMVW, a T-72, rated insane difficulty. But there's only 1,537 parts in the tank. The BMP3's got 717 parts. Oh, look at this. You've got skeletons, so you can disassemble a human being with 233 parts. See, there's only 233 parts to a human being. Allosaurus or a gorilla. The gorilla's got more parts than a human. And a horse has less parts. How does that... I don't know how it works, but it does. But yeah, if you go back, you got so go exit. Is it exit? No, it's not exit. Return to the guns. So you got guns. You got a friend list. All my friends got doxed. Oh well, never mind. Got an RPG-7. What else we got? We got these sort of favourites, like there's an M2 from a stop. I've never heard of that gun. Oh, okay. PKM type light machine guns. Henry lever action. A Lemat. I've heard of the Lemat revolver. Ah. There's one which I... Is there a Sten gun? Because they've got an Owen gun. Can I filter it by... Is there a way I can do a filter? Like guns by... Hide map? Show map? Show map? Don't know. Quiz, booster purchase... the user interface is a bit screwy-lowy. I would just like an alphabetical shop. Like, here's all the guns what you can take apart. I mean, there's a stay at org. At first I thought, this link must be like, oh yeah, when you do this gun, it's sort of historically related to this. It's not. Because the AK-47 and Colt 1911 and MP5, they've got nothing to do with one another. Well, I suppose they do in the sense that they all are guns what shoot bullets, but that's where the similarities end. 80 Boys, FN Scar. I mean, the one reason I got this is because I'm sure somewhere here, is there a search catalogue? There's a catalogue. New models, top downloads. By alphabet, there we go. By alphabet. So we got A models, AK-47, AK-74N, AKS, AN-94, that'd be interesting. But then you have, for example, if I scroll down to F, you have like, for example, the FN FAL, the FN57, the FN model 1903, the FMP90. And the FMP90 is very interesting, I would say. Very, very interesting. It also shows you what guns I've done, because when these got icons next to it, it shows that I've done some of the puzzles with it. So as you can see, most of it I don't care for. But like the M250 Cal, the heavy machine gun, that's an interesting one. But the P90, I find it very interesting because it's got this magazine. So if I do a disassembly, I can show you that briefly. Right. So there, it's eject all the bullets, you take the magazine out. Let's just have a look at this magazine. So, for example, this magazine's made out of translucent plastic and it's got this metal bit, but the bullets, they're all stocked lengthways. So even though the barrel goes, well, you know, the bullets have got to go forwards, these are at a 90-degree angle. And it's this bit here is really clever. It rotates the bullets 90 degrees, so it's got the right orientation. But, as you can see here, there's two rollers inside, and that's how the last bullet gets out of the magazine, but the rollers don't come out, because the rollers are cylinders, whereas the bullets are cone-shaped. So is there anything I could do? Yeah, I can take apart the magazine, so just pull that. That comes out, like so. And there you go, you've got roller 1 and roller 2. And you've got this it's sort of wedge-shaped as well, because the way the bullets are in, they're sort of stacked one on top of the other. So this wedge shape along with these two rollers is what guides it in. And I thought, that's very interesting. So anyway, the rest of this is pretty much like any other sort of machine gun. Is it gas operated? I'm going to assume it's gas operated because I think it's recoil operated in older things. But it's just a case of, yeah, you know, you've got your barrel and bullets go along it and daka daka daka. But let's take it apart and see what happens. At least for 25 minutes, and then I'm having my dinner. But yeah, this game is free in the workshop. It runs on Linux, Mac and Windows. Very little system requirements. I had it running on a very cheap £30 AMD APU, and I know that because in the office I was working in, instead of playing solitaire, I'd be playing this. Is there anything else I could do? That button? No, that doesn't do anything. That doesn't do it. But that's flashing different to that. Barrel comes out. Alright. Flash hydro assembly, I should say. Now the barrel comes out. That's a fairly long barrel. I always thought it was shorter for some reason. But that's why I find it such an innovative submachine gun. Because it makes a good use of the compact space. Really good use, I would say. But anyway, that's done. So let's see, what can we do now? I mean, this is just a big sort of moulded body. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing. Alright, that bit comes out. So there's two pins there. Okay. Does that make things more balanced? Probably, maybe. Firing pin assembly, take that out, yeah. Rate of fire stabilizer, okay. I mean, these are all things which I suppose if you've been making guns for a long time, like Fabrique Nationale, you'd be like, yeah, let's actually make something to stabilize the firing rate so it's consistent whatever fire rate is, as opposed to, you know, it's an average of 600 a minute or whatever it may be. Well, compared to the Ruger mini14, that's a very nice, simple, elegant trigger. I like that. And then you've got this circular fire selector, which I like. You've got some little pins. What's this thing? Catch magazine assembly. Oh yeah, okay. We got anything inside there? this bit comes off. Plate butt. Ah. And that noise there means it's time for me to check my dinner. So can I get this done in time? Can I... Let's put it all to pieces. Yeah, put it to pieces. Faster, 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 faster. Faster, come on, 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 come on. If I don't get this done in time, I will, like, you know, it'll be like a Crystal Maze thing. You get locked in. Or in this case, your dinner gets burnt. So come on, I've got a few minutes left. It's going to be extra crispy. And the mashed potato might be a bit dry. But I can do it. Might even have a squeeze of lemon juice with it, just to make things... So give us a hint. I haven't got time to figure this out. Right, take that bit out. Give us another hint. There's still 36 parts to take apart. God. Right, okay. I'm trying to click on it, but the other bit's in the way. So that's good. Right. Now, is there anything else that comes apart? Catch obiturators. Obiturator for a catch. Give us another hint. Yep. Take apart all of those, please. Each and every single one. Are they Torx headed? Are they Phillips? I don't know, but they work. Right. Now there's 9 parts left. Give us a hint. Oh, the ejector assembly's tiny. Another hint, please. Extractor spring assembly. That's a nice spring. And take those parts apart. Another hint. Take that apart. Yep. Now, 1 part's left. That's the cocking handle return spring. And there we go. That is a disassembled Fabrique Nationale P90. Thank you for watching. You may now go away. Oh, remember, 7 o'clock tonight is Banter Nationalism. I haven't written any theme tune or sung any theme tune. Really, I've got to go.